First of all, just give us a sense of what you saw, what you heard. Were you attending the event at the Jewish Museum?
Yeah, so what's really interesting is that the event was a panel about Israeli organizations, multi-faith organizations, and Palestinian organizations working together to get people in Gaza the aid they need and not fall into the hands of Hamas. The event was ending, and I hear a batch of gunshots and then a pause, and then another batch of gunshots. And I walk to the front door to notify that the security should lock all the doors because the gunshots were so close. And as I'm doing that, a man runs in through the front door, acting as if, he's like escaping the gunshots from the street himself. And he runs in and he seems so flustered and so out of whack. So I go up to him and I say, "Are you okay?" And he's muttering, "Call the police, call the police." And he goes, "Yes, I'm okay." I said, "Were you shot?" And he goes, "No, I was not shot. Call the police, call the police." And, where the museum is, the FBI is right next door. The police are close by. So the police sirens have already started. And he's sitting on a bench amongst us for 15 minutes until he comes up to me again with two of my other friends. And one of them is helped organize the event. And she offers him a glass of water just because he seems so off. And he takes it, he drinks it. And I say to him, like, "I'm surprised they let you in because, you just ran through the door and this is an event. They had our names. We had to register. They do a security check. We get wanded at the front. Like, you just ran right in." I say, "Do you know where you are?" He doesn't say anything. And I say, "You're at, like, a Jewish museum." And immediately he takes a few steps back and he starts yelling, I did it," talking about shooting and killing the innocent people outside who had just attended the event, who had just left. And he's screaming, I did it for Gaza, I did it for Palestine, free Palestine, free Palestine. And I'm like yelling in the background, get him out, because he's opening up a backpack. And in that moment, a second feels like an hour. I feel like we're all about to die. And he takes out a red and white Jordanian keffiyeh, and just continues chanting. And I think people don't realize that senselessly killing people who have just attended an event at a Jewish museum is what Hamas supporters mean when they yell, globalize the Intifada.
Paige, that is just incredible that you not only spoke with this man, but you asked him if he was okay. Somebody else, you said, brought him a glass of water. You said he sat there for about 15 minutes on the bench before this scene took place. So he was just with you all before he was apprehended. How are you processing that?
Yeah.
And have you spoken with law enforcement to share all of this?
Yeah, I've spoken to the detectives a lot. It's just crazy to think that he tossed his gun in a bush right outside the building. Like, just an absolute loser from A to Z. Like, you come in, you sit amongst us in an attempt to kill us as you have us pooled in a room. And he just sat there. And when we're checking on him, it's just a joke. Under false pretenses, he enters and we take him as someone who's trying not to get shot on the street. Unbeknownst to us, he's doing the shooting. It's really, really, really unfortunate, and truly an anti-Semitic attack. I don't know how he targeted the two people who worked at the Israeli embassy. It's just so sad, and I feel for their families. And unfortunately, this isn't news to the Jewish and Israeli community, but Am Yisrael Chai, we're gonna push through.
And Paige, I feel for you the fact that you were at this event where two people were killed, the fact that you had this interaction with the suspect. As a Jewish person, I just want to ask you, when you wake up tomorrow morning, how are you going to feel about your own safety, knowing that you are a Jewish person walking down the street? What does all of that mean for you now?
Yeah, obviously this is the closest to home it's hit, but I will tell you that I will wake up almost no differently than I've woken up every day since October 7th.
All right, Paige Siegel.
This is just our reality.
I so appreciate you getting on the phone, especially just after this horrific evening and night that you have had. Thank you so much, and take good care of yourself.
Thank you.